life lost because of reckless and inconsiderate behavior is really upsetting.
Local teens trying to understand why someone would deliberately run down a group of their friends outside their school, killing one of them. Hi, everyone. I'm Susie Sa.
And I'm Juan Fernandez. This is KCAL News at 4, streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. The suspect is facing a long list of charges. Investigators say he committed 3 crimes on Tuesday.
And we have team coverage on the victims and the suspect. We begin with KCAL News reporter Rachel Kim, who spoke with the family of the teen who was killed. Rachel.
Yeah, Susie and Juan, since this tragic crash yesterday, students and community members have been stopping by, expressing their sympathies, paying their respects, and saying prayers for Wesley Welling and his family. We've learned Wesley died on his mother's birthday. She is a single mom who is now left heartbroken and hurting. Kelly Welling tightly held on to her 2 children as she wept at the site where a growing memorial now sits to remember her son. 15-year-old Wesley Welling was killed Tuesday afternoon outside Westlake High School.
I don't know how we're going to do without him. Wesley was an amazing kid, just positive, always joking, always trying to help people.
He liked playing video games a lot. He loved playing board games, and he loved playing with us whenever he had the chance.
Ventura County Sheriff's investigators say Welling was hit and killed after a driver involved in a day-long crime spree came barreling up the curb and hit Welling and 3 other students at a bus stop outside Westlake High.
I get the call from my daughter Hannah that Wesley, there was an accident and he was unconscious and they were doing CPR.
Wesley's sister Hannah was with him at the bus stop and witnessed what happened.
I heard the skid and everything happened so fast.
By some miracle, my daughter wasn't standing right next to him because it could have been both of them.
Wesley, a freshman at Westlake, did not survive. A 14-year-old suffered critical injuries and is still in the hospital. 2 others are now recovering at home. The driver who caused the crash was arrested. Investigators say he has no relationship to the students he hit. Authorities also believe he hit them intentionally.
We have preliminary interviews and evidence that was collected that led us to that conclusion.
It's just somebody that you used to see every single day on campus, the fact that they're no longer there. And I mean, I didn't know him well. I never really talked to him, but just knowing that there was a life lost because of reckless and inconsiderate behavior is really upsetting.
The pain and sadness are overwhelming, but Kelly Welling finds comfort seeing a sea of support.
Everybody loved him, and I'm finding out how many more people loved him than I even knew about from this whole thing.
Back now live outside Westlake High School. You can see this growing memorial, a crowd of people still gathered behind me. This has been the scene all day long. Officials with the Conejo Valley Unified School District tell me they have a team of mental health experts available for their staff and students here at Westlake and across the district. Reporting live in Thousand Oaks, Rachel Kim, KCAL News.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. Well, we've been working all day to learn more about the driver accused in all of this.
Our team coverage continues with KCAL News reporter Jasmine Veal, who's live in Camarillo, where the suspect's family lives. Jazz?
Well, just within the last hour, the Ventura County Sheriff's Office tells us that the suspect, 24-year-old Austin Ice, is in fact homeless. He was a former student there at Westlake High School in Thousand Oaks, but it was right here in Camarillo where investigators say he violently confronted some family members at their home before continuing on with his rampage. This is the man Ventura County Sheriff investigators say is responsible for a string of violent crimes Tuesday in 3 different cities over the span of an hour. It started at a Walmart in Simi Valley where police say Austin Ice stabbed an employee with a large machete-style knife just before 3 p.m.
One of our employees got stabbed because he asked our customer for a receipt and just stabbed them.
This employee tells us it happened in the garden area. A woman employee was also injured. Co-workers say the employee who was stabbed is a man in his 60s and is reported to be in stable condition.
He stabbed him in the thigh right here.
Investigators say Ice then drove to his family's home in Camarillo. They say he went into their condo without permission and threatened them with a large knife and a gun, but left before police arrived. Hi, Jasmine Veal with KCAL News. We want to talk to you about Austin, if possible. No one answered the door Wednesday at the home, but neighbors who did not want to be identified said they had not seen him here before.
I know his stepmom's house is here, and apparently he had a gun up to her head and then pulled out the hunting knife that he used at the Walmart.
All the way back. The Ventura County Sheriff's Department says ICE then drove to the city of Thousand Oaks, where they say he intentionally ran into a group of high school students, killing one and injuring 3 others.
We look at things of like driving patterns, statements of other witnesses about what his actions were prior to and during. There's things we can do with information from the computer in the car.
After the crash, authorities say he tried to grab a gun in the car but was taken into custody. He was booked on a long list of charges: murder, attempted robbery, burglary, kidnapping, felony use of tear gas, and assault with a deadly weapon.
There's still a lot of work to be done on this case.
Investigators say they are still trying to determine a motive. And back here live, the Ventura County Sheriff's Office also tells me that prior to this, they never had any contact with Austin Ice. His bail is set at $5 million. He is expected to be arraigned in the Ventura County Superior Court tomorrow afternoon. Live here in Camarillo, Jasmine Veal, KCAL News.
Thank you, Jasmine. And be sure to stay with KCAL News for updates on the crash and the crime spree. We're going to have updates on the air and online at kcalnews.com.